CiC, it's great to be here on your screen to talk about the conference in 2022. Hope you're excited about it. But before I go any further, you're probably wondering who this incredible person is with me on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to a good friend of mine, a fellow co-worker in Christ, Annie Lamping. Now, Annie has joined the CiC staff team to help us organise a conference and to be on track, because a lot of changes coming to the conference and we needed some expertise, and it's great to welcome Annie to the team. So Annie, hello.
Hi. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome to the team. I'm really excited about, working together.
Awesome. Well, Annie, just, for the benefit of the members, just tell us a little bit about yourself so people know who you are, where you come from and what you do.
Absolutely. Well, I'm originally from Mexico and my husband is British. We have 3 beautiful girls, half Brits, half Mexicans. We used to live we met in Bible school and we lived in Mexico, where we co-pastored a church for 12 years. And then, we felt called by the Lord to move to England. And so 6 years ago, we made the big move. We came over and we arrived in Reading, where we met Paul. That was really wonderful, God making those divine appointments. And 5 years ago, we planted a church here in Reading. Also, I love organizing events. That's my background. That was a big part of the work I did personally at the church. So I am really excited to be doing it now on this side of the world.
Amazing. And just to say, Annie's already made a massive difference to the organisation that's going into the event next year. And speaking of which, Annie, can you just quickly remind us of when and where the CiC conference is next year?
Absolutely. So all the details are going to be down in the description. So don't worry, you don't have to remember. But if you want to make a note on your diaries, it's May 3rd and May 4th, 2022 at the Hailey Conference Centre. And we're really expectant about this time. And Paul, why don't you tell us what this time is all about? What is the CiC conference?
Sure. I'm now in the hot seat. Annie was in the hot seat. Now it's me. Well, I will happily do that. So I think there are 2 things that we really want to share with you as our members. I think the first and perhaps the most important aspect of the conference next year is relationships. I think throughout lockdown, as I've been talking with pastors, ministry leaders and chaplains, isolation and loneliness has been a real issue. Not only have we been restricted in terms of meeting with one another in our church settings, we've also been restricted from connecting with fellow ministry leaders in the CiC network. So the conference really will be an opportunity to not only come together and worship together, but to fellowship together, to just have a short moment in time where we can do life together. And we're responding to many requests from our members saying, look, I really want to publicize what I'm doing, or I want to communicate what I'm doing. And we've given that a lot of thought, and thanks to Annie's skill and ability in helping us as a team, we're setting up an area designated to facilitate you to connect with one another, share what you're doing, and hopefully really develop strategic relationships in a network where we can share what we're doing, we can receive input, and so it's mutually beneficial and encouraging for everyone. So the first thing I would say is it's an opportunity to rekindle and refocus our relationships to bring growth. I think the second thing is that this conference will be a unique opportunity to explore what God is doing in the independent church sector. And I think for me, I find myself asking the question, God, what is it you're doing at this time in this season? What are you saying? What's the Spirit saying to the churches? And we're benefiting greatly by having our president, Hugh Osgood, who will be really sharing the keynote address into that whole dynamic and theme of what is it God's saying to our sector and our aspect of the independent church sector at this moment in history, at this moment in time, so that we can join God in the extraordinary work that we know he is doing. So I'd say it's relationships and it's finding out what God is doing at this time.
really great. So, yeah,
Well,
that's a
let me ask Annie a question. I've been put in the hot seat,
all
so let me
right.
put
Go on.
Annie now back in the hot seat. So Annie, say you've joined the team, you've seen what we've done in the past. We used to have this old kind of residential model, and you're helping us transition into a new conference model. Can you tell members what to expect that's different this time?
Well, that's a really good question, Paul. And we have made a few tweaks and adjustments to achieve everything you have spoken about. And the first one is that we will no longer call it CiC Conference or CiC Residential, because to reflect what you've spoken about, to reflect that space and time to really invest in relationships, we are now going to be calling it CiC Connect. So watch out for that name. And anytime you hear about CiC Connect, we're talking about the conference, we're talking about what used to be the residential, because it's all about connecting with God and connecting with one another. Another big adjustment that we've made is we really want to focus on having a great time of worship together, to really have those times of deep worship. And so we have invited Noel Robinson, who will be leading us, but he will be leading us with his full band. So we're going all out. We're going to really rock the house in worship. I think the third change that we have made is that we are extracting all of the annual members meeting business from the time during the conference. That's now a different event. It's now in November. You can find the link for that in the description below, and all the information for that. So that's not going to happen during our residential, to have more time to do everything else. And the last one that I would say is that we're really want to encourage people to build these relationships. So to come with your spouses, to come with your teams, and really make the most out of this time, because it's not only one person in the organization or in the church or in the ministry that can really get a lot, but the whole team.
Fantastic. I will now call it Connect here on in instead of the CiC
Please,
Conference. So, otherwise it'll be £1 in the box each time I slip back to CiC Conference or residential. So yeah, just to echo what Annie said, therefore it should be much bigger in terms of scale, because we want you, rather than just a lead member of an organization, to come. We want you to bring your teams, your husbands, your wives, people who are also working in the independent sector that are interested in joining CiC. This is the flagship event to invite them to find out more. So all the details you need are below. Check the description, and also remember, after this broadcast, remember to connect with Annie. So she's your point of contact, and again, you'll find her email below. We hope you found this short video helpful. I'm glad that I've been able to introduce Annie to you and at least begin to share some of the changes that are happening. But it would help us amazingly. If there's anything you can do to help us, that is to book in early. That just enables us to plan, to get the right number of breakout sessions, and to really make sure we organize a conference excellently. So again, you can book in below, and you can also book into the AMM below too. So do click that little arrow to get all the information, extract it, get things in your diary, book in. We can't wait to see you very soon.
Yeah, can't wait to meet you all in person.
Thanks so much. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.